time to bring the garden inside with a little mini macrame. These little plant holders can hold little herbs or plants and give you a little bit of green throughout the winter. For those of you who are macrame experts, I confess I am not. So we may be doing a little bit of macrame and a little bit of friendship bracelet weaving and then putting them all together to make our little miniature planter out of an old yogurt jar. So first off, we're going to take really long pieces of yarn, and in order to work with something that is probably several times taller than you are, then you make it into a little bundle like this, which I believe is called some sort of butterfly bundle. You can look it up because I don't remember. So just go ahead and wrap it up. Yours will actually be a lot longer. This is what I had left over after I finished mine. And then take a piece of string or a rubber band, tie it around there, and that way you have a little something to work with. You'll make 2 groups of 4 of these butterfly bundles because each side will have 4 strands of the yarn. Now go ahead and tie them loosely together at the top and use some sort of clip. I happen to have office supplies, so I'm using just a little binder clip here, but that will keep them together lower down on your strings. I recommend not doing this where it's windy because my butterflies keep wrapping around each other. Our first knot is actually something that you may have learned for making friendship bracelets, and it's just a spiral knot. So you will take 3 of the strings in one hand. Now just measure partway down your planter so that you can do it equally on both sides. Take the single string and make kind of a 4, and then tie it up, and you will keep doing that by making a 4 in the same direction until you have, I think I did about 15, and you'll watch as it starts to spiral, so don't be concerned if your knot keeps moving a little bit. Try to keep consistent tension on your yarn while you tie. Now we're going to skip to the next knot, which is a double spiral. So again, you do the exact same thing, which is make a 4, pull both strands up, and then tie them wherever you want your doubles to start. And then we'll continue doing that. Looks like I lost one of my butterfly ties. But you'll continue doing that until you have the double spiral, which is thicker than your single. Did I mention that I don't recommend doing this where it's windy and everything keeps blowing away? So our next knot is going to be a square knot. Our next knot we're going to learn is a square knot. You will keep 2 central strings that we'll be working around and 2 that will be the working strings. So first you will take and do a 4 figure again, and the 4 here goes underneath this one that's in my right hand, and then the one in my right hand is going to go around behind and tuck into that 4, and then we will tighten it however far down on the strings as you wish to tighten it, and keep the same 2 in the center as you kept. And now we're going to reverse it because we just have a single square knot here, so we need to complete it by making it a double. So reverse it, take the one in my right hand and go over the double strand, but under the one in my left hand, then we'll tuck behind the double and come up through that backwards 4, and then once we tighten it, you'll see that that is a completed square knot. Now comes the hard part, which is doing the exact same thing with your other 4 strands. And then, once you have done that, so that they are approximately, this is a very forgiving craft, so don't worry about it. Once they are approximately the same, then we will bring them together and tie them around the yogurt jar. And here you can see that where the 4 strands meet at that square knot that we left off with, we separate them into 2 different strands, and then another square knot meeting with the other 4 that we've separated, and then keep doing that until your jar is secure. And then we're going to go ahead and, with all those square knots making a cute little macrame pattern at the bottom, we are going to come together and finish off with a gathering knot. So let's pretend that here are all the strands at the bottom that I wish to bring together in a gathering knot. And I would trim those off approximately as long as I wish to have them at the bottom of my yogurt jar. Let's take a look at that. And then I'm going to take one of the trimmings, which is kind of long, and here's my single strand that I want to wrap around it. So first, from the bottom of the jar, I am going to take the open thread, and I'm going to come down to just below where I want to stop gathering, and I'm going to make a loop. And then I'm going to go back up to the top, to right around where that open thread is, and I am going to start wrapping in a circle. Just like this. Just wrap it around. Of course, do it nicely. And then once you reach the bottom of the gathered thread, I think it was this one. It's hard when you're doing it in a camera with the exact same color. Then take the rest of your thread here and pull it through. Oh, that was a very long thread that I used. And so that's going to be a knot. And then up here where we left the top, go ahead and pull it up. See, it'll pull up this bottom part here until it's up in there, and it should be tight.